Hello everyone, this is part 3 of What If Naruto Locked Eyes with His Future Wife, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, to share, and check out the playlist, to see more comment down below. Now let's start the intro.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Join my membership, the perks are great. It's in the description. Be sure to like and subscribe, it gives me more motivation. Enjoy. Ino, Tsunade said as she saw the blonde walk in the room, causing the blonde to jump 2 feet back. Yes, Tsunade-sama. Ino walked over to her standing in back of a steel desk with a metric ruler on top of it. She had a clipboard in her hands and searched Ino's name on it. Ah, found you. You may take a seat, Tsunade ordered, and she did as she was told. She knew the consequences with her. As she walked to a desk in the front of the room on the far left row, she noticed a familiar face sitting on the opposite side of her desk, Sasuke. The Raven sat in his seat, crossed arms, eyes closed, and what seemed in deep thought. There were 4 other guys in the room, but 2 of them were sleeping and the other one was scratching at something on his desk. Please let this go by fast, she hoped, setting her things down and checking her cell phone for the time, then quickly put it back in her pocket before Tsunade saw. Where are those 2? Tsunade thought, not seeing 2 faces that were supposed to be in the class along with the rest, but then the door swung open and the blonde so many girls were talking about walked in. You late? Tsunade kept her cool. Sorry, I couldn't really find my way around here, Naruto shrugged. Sit, Tsunade ordered, trying not to give him a hard time, it was his first day. Loser, Sasuke coughed. Naruto ignored his comment and searched the room for someone he knew. He found her. Hey Ino, Naruto walked over and took a seat next to her, her eyes shot wide open when she saw him taking his seat. Hey, Ino replied and looked forward, feeling his eyes on her, she blushed. No talking, Tsunade shot him a dirty look and Naruto positioned himself forward. The door swung open for the second time, causing Sasuke to open his eyes and see who it was. Ino and Naruto's heads turned as well. Ino dropped her jaw at the sight of her. Sakura walked into the class as if she was a model on a runway, smiling at the eyes on her. She walked over to Tsunade and she took her attendance, telling her to take a seat as well. She looked around the room and saw the 2 blondes in the corner and walked over to them. Hey Ino, Naruto, Sakura greeted, giving Ino a pretend smile, receiving the same in return. Hey Sakura, Ino replied. Naruto waited for the blonde to say her name as he had forgotten it once again. Hey, Sakura, I got it right? Naruto asked and she nodded, taking a seat behind him. No talking. Tsunade yelled, frustrated at the order not being followed. The room got quiet. A couple of minutes had passed and everyone stood in silence, staring into space, Naruto glancing at Ino at times and Sakura rolling her eyes at that. I have to run out for a sec, Tsunade announced and proceeded to the door. If I come back and find any trouble is going to be your asses, Tsunade threatened. Everyone looked at her and nodded. She stepped out and the tension increased in the class. So why are you in here for? Ino asked, looking back at Sakura. I was late to my class, she replied. Didn't she say no talking? Sasuke narrowed his eyes. Was she talking to you? Naruto stepped in for her. Was I talking to you? He spat back. No, but it seems like you have a problem. What's your deal, dude? Naruto asked, bringing out his temper a bit. My problem is you. Sasuke got out his seat, heading towards his. Naruto looked up at the Raven before him. Sakura hoped something would happen while Ino prayed Tsunade would come in on time. Oh yay. What you going to do about it? Naruto asked, a little worried. He was still in his seat while the Raven stood tall in front of him, ready to attack. Sasuke grabbed Naruto by the collar of his shirt and pulled him up, putting a fist in the air ready to swing. Sasuke, please. Ino stood up and tugged on his arm. Get off, Ino, Sasuke's blue eyes never leaving Naruto. Sakura laughed about the scene in her head. Idiots. Let him. Go ahead. Hit me. Naruto smiled. Sasuke's fist tightened when he felt something poking his shoulder. He looked back to find a clone of the blonde he had in his GS. His fist raised and swung at Sasuke's face, landing a punch on his soft F and leaving a red mark. The clone disappeared and Sasuke's face whiplashed back around into another fist. His grip was unleashed and Naruto threw him back. Sasuke grabbed his shirt, bringing him down with him. Stop it, you guys, Ino shouted, pulling on either one of the males. Sakura, you're not going to help me. Ino looked back at the pink-headed girl sitting there with a smirk on her face. Why should I? All you're trying to do is snatch him from me anyway. Sakura rolled her eyes. Sakura, I'm not trying to take him from you, just please help me, would you? Ino pleaded. You think, just because he knows your name and says hi that he likes you, don't you? He likes me, Ino, Sakura yelled, getting the others' attention. Naruto rolled off the ground and stood up. Sasuke crawled off as well and stood up, whipping a little bit of blood of the tip of his lips. Look, Sakura, I'm not trying to steal him away from you. Ino fired back. Yes, you are, Ino. It's not my fault you're a crazy bee. Ino shot at her, not realizing she let her anger get to her. Sakura held her chest with her right hand, the words almost bringing tears to her eyes. She was enraged now and jumped at Ino, grabbing on Ino's ponytail. She tugged and tugged, making the blonde cry out in pain. Let go, Sakura, Ino shouted, trying to grab her, but it was no use. Naruto grabbed Sakura by the waist and pulled her off Ino. You're going to pay for what you said, Ino Yamanaka. Sakura hollered, tears rolling down her face, the words finally reaching her heart. Ino grabbed her own hair and whipped the small tears away from the corner of her blue orbs. Get off me, Sakura yelled. Naruto released her and she ran out the classroom, tears falling every step she took. On her way out the empty school she almost bumped into Tsunade. Hey, where are you going? Sunday demanded, holding a cup of warm coffee in her hand. She turned back around to the open door and walked in, spotting Sasuke's clothes wrinkly and dirty, Ino's messy hair and Naruto's clothes the same condition as Sasuke's. What the hell happened here? Tsunade yelled and said the coffee on the blackboard behind the desk. The three of them stood quite. Well, I'm not talking to myself, aren't I? Tsunade asked with a serious tone. Damn it, I step out the class for one goddamn minute and come back to find you three looking a mess. Someone's going to tell me what happened or I'll beat it out of one of you three. Tsunade walked closer to them. Tsunade-sama, Sasuke started this, Ino answered, glaring at the raven. Liar, Sasuke mumbled. Sasuke, tell me the truth, did you start this? Tsunade asked. No, it was her and that new kid, they attacked me, Sasuke lied. That's a lie, Sasuke, Ino spoke up. Well, you not, Sasuke was cut off. Enough, you three are giving me a headache, just get the hell out and go home. Tsunade yelled. The guys sitting down all ran out the classroom, Sasuke followed. Ino walked alongside of Naruto with Sasuke in front of them, leaving an angry woman scratching her temple in the room. You're going to pay for that hit, Blondie, Sasuke muttered, not turning around to face them. Why? Naruto stepped forward just to be pulled back. Let it go, it's your first day here and you're already into trouble, don't let him make it worse, Ino suggested, not realizing she was holding Naruto's warm hand. And I told her that. 10-10 stopped what she was saying when she saw her friend run by with her cheeks buried in her hands. Sakura. 10-10 waved but Sakura continued running. Don't bother, Temari rolled her eyes. She was crying, 10-10 noticed. Please, knowing her, she'll do anything to get attention, Temari replied. But 10-10 decided to drop it, wonder what happened. I can't believe her, I thought she was my friend, Sakura thought while running at a fast pace. I was wrong, she cried out, letting the wind hit her tears. I was wrong. Sakura grabbed a pair of keys from her left pocket and unlocked the closed door in front of her. Rushing in her house she glanced at her mom before running up the stairs. She didn't want her mom to come down on her with a pile of questions. Sakura honey, what's wrong? Mutaruno asked, running over to her daughter, but it was too late. She had gone upstairs, slammed the door, and she was pretty sure she heard it lock. Oh dear. The pink-haired girl jumped and landed on her bed covered with pink sheets and buried her head in the furry pillow above her. Hey guys, Ino ran over next to 10-10 and Temari. What happened to you? 10-10 asked. Yay, you look a mess, Temari noticed her hair. You've seen Sakura. Ino ignored both their comments and asked about her friend. We saw her about 5 minutes ago, why? What happened? 10 asked again. We got into our argument, that's it, Ino replied. Our argument? Tell us the truth, Ino, look at your hair. Temari looked at her. She grabbed my hair, Ino started, but before she could explain what had happened, Temari and Ten's eyes were bulging out their heads. What? You let her hit you? Temari yelled. We were, Ino was cut off. I can't wait to see her. Temari cracked her knuckles. No, Temari, she had a reason to retaliate, Ino explained. Sasuke and Naruto had a fight between each other. That's when I tried stopping it, but it was no use. I told Sakura to help me but started accusing me of stuff. That's when Ino stopped. That's when what? Ten looked over at the blonde. I called her a crazy bee, Ino let out. Ino, you know how she is. One small comment and she'll retaliate as she did. Ten realized why she was crying. I guess that's why she was crying, Temari added. You saw her crying. Ino felt bad for making her come to tears. She wasn't the type of person. Yay, she ran ahead of us and the guys, but they left us a while back. Temari's eyes focused on the floor beneath her. Oh god. Look guys, I got to go, okay. I see ya later. Ino ran forward but heard Temari call out her name. Yay. Ino looked back. You're not going to apologize to her, are you? Temari raised a brow. Yes, Temari, is the right thing to do. Ino looked down. Temari stayed quiet. Call you guys later to let you know what happened. Ino turned and ran towards her house. Sakura had awoken to a headache. Her eyelids slowly opened as she saw it was night by the darkness outside her window. Everything was coming back to her. The fight between Naruto and Sasuke, the hurtful comment Ino had made, her pulling Ino's hair. She wished it was all a dream but awoke to a nightmare. She walked over to her bathroom and turned the sink on, letting the warm water rush down her soft hands. She purred the water on her face, feeling the dry tears melt away. Back in the room, she heard knocking on the door. Yay, Sakura slowly said with a raspy voice. Honey, are you all right? Her mother leaned over, placing her ear next to the door. Yes, Mom. She tried not to sound as if she was mad, but it showed. Okay, Sweaty, can you please unload? Her mom was cut off. No, Mom. Leave me alone, Mom, Sakura ordered. But Sakura. Leave me alone. Sakura yelled, making her mom back off the door and head down the stairs. Soon after her mom was gone, she heard a vibration coming off her bed. What does she want? Sakura picked her pink phone off the bed and looked at the called ID, Ino. Please pick up, Ino hoped, hearing the second ring. What do you want? Sakura asked with anger in her tone. Sakura, listen, I want to talk to you about what Ino heard the phone click. Hello, Ino asked off the phone. No answer. She realized Sakura had hung up on her. She wouldn't blame her. Ino redialed her number. What? Sakura picked up on the first ring. Listen, I want to talk to. Ino made her point across. I'm listening. Sakura sat down on her bed, hoping as well things would clear up, but knew things wouldn't. I'm sorry for calling you what I did today, Ino apologized. You really sorry, Ino? Sakura sounded sincere. Yes, Sakura, I really Ino heard another click. Sakura? Ino asked. No answer again. I can't believe her, Temari said, shocked at how Sakura clicked on her. Ino stayed quiet. Ino. Ten asked off her own phone. The three girls were on a four-way with Sakura not knowing. Yay. Ino felt bad after how Sakura had just hung up on her. I knew it was a bad idea to apologize to her. Don't feel bad, Ino, now she is a bee for doing that. Temari boosted Ino's ego. Sure is, Ino, Ten agreed. Yay, she is crazy, you guys, but Ino drifted away. But what? I don't know, I feel bad. She told us Naruto was hers, but I don't think he wants someone like her. It's his first day here and already have a bad impression of her. Ino remembered Naruto was there holding her back. Even if this would have never happened, Ino, I don't think he would want her, Temari said. She those tends to run guys away, Ten added. Ino thought about their comments. She was about to respond when she heard another voice come off the phone. It's nice to know what you guys think of me. Sakura's shaky voice spoke and everyone got quiet. Sakura clicked the phone and tried to hold back the tears she had about to stroll down her cheeks, throwing the phone across the phone, making it hit the wall if fell to the floor, and she just became enraged with anger. I'm not good enough for him, eh? Some friends I have. As much as Sakura wanted to hold back the tears, she couldn't. Her face became wet all over again with salty droplets. The lines stayed quiet, everyone afraid to speak again. 10. Temari. Ino asked. Yay, both voices said in union. Was that? Ino started. It was Sakura, Ten said, ashamed of herself for saying what she did. Now what? Temari asked, not to worried Sakura would come at her with fist, if anything Sakura would lose some teeth. I got to go, Ino rubbed her temple, needing time to think. Bye. Bye Ten, Temari clicked. Bye, Ino, Ten clicked. Ino clicked and wondered if what was happening was really over one guy that either one knew much of, was a friendship worth being destroyed over a guy that may not like you. I'm so sorry Sakura, Ino knew what had just happened really hurt Sakura, no matter how strong she was. Ino went to sleep with a lot of guilt on her conscience that night. Sakura didn't deserve that no matter how she was acting with her over some guy she met, it wasn't called for but it happened. She tossed and turned, trying to find a right and comfortable spot to fall asleep on her bed but the thought of what was to come the next day was trapped in her head. Eventually she fell asleep thinking about it. The next day she awoke to birds on a nearby tree in their nest chirping their small beaks away. Her eyes slowly opened to the sun's daylight. Realizing it was time to go to school she dragged herself off her bed and into the bathroom to get ready for what she had in store today. When she came out the bathroom in her light blue, cotton robe, she searched her closet and found her typical outfit of the day and got dressed. Morning Mom. Ino walked down the stairs and saw her mom coming opposite direction of her. She seemed to be stressed and tired. The bags under her eyes showed it all. What's for breakfast? Ino searched the fridge in her kitchen, seeing nothing she liked. She walked out and grabbed her books on a table next to the door and headed out the door. She didn't bother saying bye to her mother as if she probably went back to sleep anyway. Walking alone on the concrete sidewalk, Ino noticed the bright white clouds and the huge yellow ball above her. If it wasn't a good day at school, at least she can say it was a nice day outside and she wasn't planning on it to get messed up. No matter the situation with Sakura, but then again, maybe someone could make her day perfect. Her thoughts were interrupted when she felt a pair of hands touch her gently on her sides, making her unexpected and drop her books. She regained her composure, and saw the new blonde with orange sweatpants, and a plain white t-shirt, showing off his muscular arms. His feet were covered by a pair of clean white sneakers. Oh, sorry I didn't mean to scare you, Naruto replied, holding her hip with his right hand for a second before letting it fall next to him. He then got on one knee to pick up her books and held them in his arms as if they weigh as much as a feather. You didn't, and it's okay, I can carry them, they're not heavy, she lied to him. She was struggling a little bit but didn't want to seem as if she wasn't strong enough for them. I insist Ino, I made you drop them anyway, so what's up? Naruto smiled at her, not getting to a good start with her, but managed to start again. Just walking to school, you live around here. Ino avoided eye contact. If she didn't, it probably show on her face that she was blushing. Cute guys always made her blush when they talked to her. Yay, my family and I live in a house nearby around the corner. I was walking home yesterday after that problem at school and saw a woman that looked just like you in the house next to me. That's strange. Naruto remembered when he saw Ino's looks more up close and knew he wasn't seeing things. Don't tell me he lives. Was the house shit yellow? With flowers around it? Ino questioned, knowing if he answered right, they were neighbors. Answer wrong and, well let's just say a certain blonde was hoping that wouldn't be the case. Yay, that's it. His eyebrows raised. I live in that house. Ino kept her smile hidden and looked away, feeling his eyes on her again. Oh so we're neighbors I guess, Naruto chuckled, blushing along with the blonde beside him. We should walk home together sometime, the words making Ino blush even more. Yay, Ino nodded not knowing what else to add to her words, but many ideas came to her head, thoughts that girls did with when their parents were away and sneaked over to their boyfriend's house and fool around together. She tried to remove the thought out her head before she started getting hot. It was already hard enough talking to Naruto. And what was with you and that girl yesterday? Naruto remembered the hair pulling as if had happened the same day. The question made Ino feel as if she had made a bad impression on him, yet he wouldn't be talking to her if that was the case. Oh. Hey. Ino quickly formed something to tell him for now. She knew eventually everything would come out but at least not now. She's been having guy trouble with someone and I just said something that made it worse. Ino looked forward and forgot about her books but soon realized that Naruto had been carrying them. What kind of trouble? He threw his question at her. Damn, was the word that popped into her head. Just normal things. She doesn't like to really talk about it with me. She lied. Sakura did tell her many times before. Naruto was her man. Oh. Naruto smiled and scratched the back of his fury blonde head with his free hand, seeing the school ahead. Why, you ask? It was time he felt the pressure on him. Ino looked at his eyes for the first time that morning and raised her eyebrow. Those he like her. Oh, just asking. Naruto took his left hand and moved it closer to Ino, stopping her and looking at what he was doing. He placed his hand on her bang and pushed it back against her ear. You look nicer when your hair isn't covering your eyes. Naruto smiled and continued walking. Ino did the same and felt her body heat go up once more. No other guy had ever made her feel like this before. She just couldn't find a word to put it in. Thanks, Ino replied to his comment and smiled. That comment had made her day and no one, not even Sakura and her bull, can ruin it maybe. Let's see. Naruto tugged on his shirt, making him stop and move back to her. Yay. He raised a brow. Ino thought it was C when he did that. Her hand moved closer to his face and he just smiled at her actions. Ino pushed Naruto's hair away from above his eyes and replied, you look nicer when your hair isn't covering your eyes. Ino continued walking with a smirk on her face. She had left him in thought. He's not the only one that can make a move. Naruto coughed up to Ino again and the rest of the walk was silence up to when they reached the school. Both blondes noticed everyone's eyes on them, whispering bad remarks as usual. No one could be seen in this school together, or it was, she's sleeping with him, or, I heard she's cheating on him. The list went on and at this point Ino didn't care about their opinions. Besides, she liked attention. Ino guided Naruto to her locker. She slowly moved the combination so she wouldn't get mixed numbers. Thanks, Naruto. Naruto handed her the books and she put some of them in her locker and held the rest. See you first period. Naruto winked at her and walked away. See you. Ino watched him until she was interrupted by two of her friends, Tenten and Temari, both standing there with a smile on their faces and eyebrows raised. Oh, hey guys. Ino blushed knowing the reason for their smiles. They had watched her stare at Naruto as he left. Now she had to think of something to say and quick. Don't oh hey guys us, we saw you two together, and that stare you were giving him when he walked away. Temari continued smiling, knowing Ino had something to hide. Yeah, Ino, almost needed a bib, you were about to start drooling. Tenten and Temari laughed, making Ino blush even more and hide her face in her locker. Come out with it, Ino, what you and that new kid have going on? Temari asked, her face expression becoming serious but couldn't stop the smile that kept creeping up to her face. Nothing, really, but I found out he lives next to me. Ino drooped the news to them and both females dropped their mouths as well. How do you know that? Ten asked, the smile disappearing from her face. Same for Temari. He said he saw a woman that looked like me and I described my house and he told me he moved next to that house. That's how I know. Ino noticed a familiar face about to head in the school. Oh dear Ino, now you can go visit him, and you know, Ten meowed, making Temari laugh. Ino joined in as well. The joke was funny even if it was towards her. You know who is coming in? Temari looked over at the entrance of the door and saw the pink on top of the girl's head. Knowing it was Sakura, the smiles on all three of their faces disappeared. Sakura walked into the school with one book on her left hand, her pink hair flowing next to her N. The facial expression she had on her face had "Don't mess with me" written all over it. As Sakura walked by Ino's locker without greeting any of them, Temari noticed Sakura roll her eyes at them and wasn't going to hold anything back at her. Psycho, Temari said loud enough for her to hear. She didn't turn to her, glaring her green eyes at Temari with anger for what happened last night. Ten stepped in front of Temari, just in case either one of them threw a punch at each other. Sakura stepped closer to the three. Ino closed her locker quickly and turned back around to see her narrowed eyes. I can't believe you, Ino, Sakura started. Ino stood her ground, not wanting to show fear, but she was dealing with Sakura here. There was a reason to have fear. You're a B for doing what you did last night, and you too? Sakura pointed at Ten and Temari. Temari was half a second from just biting her finger but couldn't. We're no longer friends. You three are best for talking behind my back. Sakura looked back at Ino. Temari's anger was growing higher inside her. Soon she would snap if she threw another comment as she did towards them again. Look Sakura, you can't just come up to us calling us Bess. You're one yourself, you know. Ino spat, but just when Sakura was prepared for battle again, Temari moved Ten out the way, throwing a punch but missed. Ten tried to grab Temari but she was moving around trying to get to Sakura's face. Ino held her back from doing it too. Let her go 10-10, all she's good at anyway is fing that dumbass Shikamaru. Sakura smirked, and from this point on, Ino felt Sakura turn into a different person. Temari's eyes went wide when she said those words. She pushed Ino out the way and threw a fist, this time hitting Sakura in the lip, making it bleed. Ino and Ten grabbed Temari with full grasp and watched Sakura smile while whipping the blood of her lip. Temari's breathing was hard and now her morning was messed up because of her. Sakura chuckled a bit before she turned around and walked away. Everyone around the scene was watching like if it was some kind of entertaining. They all rushed out the hallways when they heard the first bell ring, indicating they had about a minute or two to get to first period. Let's go guys, she's not worth dealing with now, Ten said and wrapped her arm around Temari. This isn't over, Ten, she had this coming since that day at lunch, Temari replied. Ino stayed silent. She was hoping this was a dream, but it was far from that. The three girls walked into the class, Tsunade taking attendance as usual, Sasuke in his seat with an angry look to his face, Neji and Lee goofing off as usual, Shika half asleep, and Naruto smiling up at Ino when she walked in. Everyone took their seat. Sakura walked into class last with a smile on her face and walked to her seat, sitting next to Ino, pretending as if she was the only one there. Temari looked over at her, ready to go at it again. Good morning class, I have some news for you, Tsunade announced, observing the classroom closely. The test I had for you tomorrow will be cancelled, since some people can't tell me the truth. Instead only 4 of you will get graded. Tsunade referred to the test she had made when Naruto first came. The test was to spar against another person and with the right moves, beat them, earning you an A. Who are the 4? Shika blurted out, his eyes drooping down, almost closing. I'm getting to that. Ino, you will go against Sakura. Tsunade dropped the bomb on both girls. Ino looked surprised with her eyes bulging out her socket. Sakura just chuckled again. And Sasuke, you will go up against Naruto. I think he'll teach you some new moves. Tsunade smirked at him but he didn't react. Naruto made a fist and cupped it with his other hand, looking at Sasuke and smiling at the same time. All 4 had been chosen because of yesterday's fight in detention. Tsunade was very clever for that but knew it would be amusing for her as well. When is it? The first fight will start. Now, everyone out to the sparring field, Tsunade ordered and everyone got up and walked out the door. Give it to her good, Temari said, looking at Sakura walk ahead of them. This should be good to see guys, Shika smiled at Lee and Neji. The sun was down on the field and the tension could be cut between all 4. Tsunade walked up ahead and looked at the class standing before her. Sakura and Ino, take you places, Tsunade ordered. Sakura walked over onto the huge platform and noticed a large white circle surrounding the cement. Good luck, Naruto smiled at Ino as she walked on the platform and faced Sakura. They were about 20 inches away from each other. Tsunade smiled at the amazing fight that was about to start in under seconds. Ready. Both girls nodded and raised their fist, both about to give everything they had in them once again. The first time they had battled a long time ago was much different from now. Ino knew some of Sakura's weaknesses as so did she. Fight. X. That will be all for this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below for more videos. Goodbye.